Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday, the 4th of May 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Shadowscapes Tarot today, and let's see what the cards have to say about Wednesday and what energy you'll be working with. So, first card is the Seven of Swords. Okay, that seems to be a bit of a theme lately. The Seven of Swords is about self-interest to an extreme extent. The Six of Pentacles is about an opportunity, and particularly an opportunity to transform your circumstances when it comes to your finances, your work, your living situation. And finally, the Knight of Wands, someone who's very grand here and who's got big ambitions and big dreams, and who doesn't look like he's going to back down before he gets what he wants. So self-interest is kind of apparent in both cards here. This figure is masked, and it's this kind of scary crow kind of mask. It's not just meant to conceal this person's identity, it's meant to intimidate. And then we've got these weird little feet here. So the whole thing is about, I'm going to get what's mine, even if it means I have to take it away from other people. That's how I feel I'm going to transform. But these birds here, that's kind of interesting. You know, the swan is a symbol of transformation. So if I want to get to the top of the hill, if I want to elevate myself and have this amazing life experience, the means justify the ends? That's the assumption of the Seven of Swords. I can behave in a dark, negative way to get out on top. But it's so beautifully illustrated here in this card that the crows or the ravens and the swan, they're not friends. They just don't get on. So what you put into a situation is what you're going to get out. And if you're wanting to transform things, your role in a situation and your behavior is ultimately responsible for how you're going to end up on top. So this little crow man behaving the way a crow would, and I'm associating the black with negativity and underhand behavior like intimidation and theft and bullying tactics and sabotage and spreading rumors and all that sort of stuff. If he behaves that way, by the time he's up here, he's going to be a giant blackbird, not a swan. The good news is here that you've got your own best interest at heart, to say the least. Okay, you're really a top priority in your own life at the moment. That's guaranteed on this day. But both these cards are kind of extreme. So I feel the message basically is that there's a lot of good stuff going on right now. There's the potential for growth, but you're only going to see growth if you put something good into the situation. If you take on the vibe of the Seven of Swords, you're not going to have the outcome you want. And also the Knight is extreme. The Knight cards are court cards, and they're always the ones who are just a step away from mastery. So he rules the element of fire, so he's good at setting goals and achieving them and being confident and being in the spotlight and all this strength of character that's required to build something kind of epic for himself. But the problem with the Knight and the difference to the King of Wands is that if things don't go the way the Knight wants, he blows up and he gets very angry, and then he feels justified in his negative behavior. The King of Wands realizes that you win some, you lose some, and there's no point in getting upset. It's more of a drain than it accomplishes anything. So here we've got this young guy playing some sort of instrument, and it kind of flows out of him like water. So it's his creativity, his personal energy that he's sharing with the world. That's as good as money raining down on him, because he's giving something valuable to the world, which then takes root in other people's minds or hearts, and they'll want to hear more. It becomes a whole thing. It becomes a business, and they will want to give something in return for everything that he's putting out. The Six of Pentacles usually is a card that shows a rich man giving money away to the poor, in the sense there's two figures who are reaching out their hand saying, please give us. So the Six of Pentacles is usually the haves and haves not card. It's, to me, it's about being aware of the fact that life does have its ups and downs. And that's kind of interesting because I said that about the King of Wands a moment ago and he isn't even present. So realizing that you don't have control over things, or particularly over everything, and that you're not going to win every race and come first place all the time. That's a big weight off immediately on this day, and that's going to prevent this kind of negativity or extreme behavior, and allows you to kind of be more honest with yourself and what's going on and what you're truly feeling. That then allows you to express something and to create this amazing dynamic, which allows you to transform. Okay, so going back to the original Six of Pentacles. So the rich guy is helping other people who need help, because he realizes that he's not always going to be in the position that he's in. And the people who are asking for help realize that they're going to be on top at some point as well. And that things may change and they may then have to help. So it's a nice card that's about balance and about tapping into this ongoing process of change and changing your financial circumstances and changing your career. It's not meant to be static. It's meant to be a personal expression, and the more authentic that can be, like in the Six of Pentacles, the more valuable it becomes, and then it can take on a life of its own. So really the cards are warning all of us here, or they're instructing, I feel. They're saying stay away from all this egomania and behaving in a way that you know isn't above board, and try and keep a lid on anger or resentment or, you know, just being dissatisfied and irritable. And instead focus on the value that you've got internally. Get busy with it, do something about it. So if you feel that you have a talent, then maybe record a couple of songs or write the songs. Or if you want to learn a new skill, if you want to do kickboxing, or you want to learn how to garden or work with flowers or whatever it is, then actually look at what's available in terms of courses and look at how you can bring that into your life, because the talent is there for a reason. By engaging with it, it's going to feel very satisfying to you. It'll put you in this stream of connectivity, and it can take on a life of its own within you. So an interest or being motivated towards doing something is just the first step. Once you actually get yourself in that position where you're doing it, that's when often the magic happens and you find that you've got a new hobby or a new passion in life. And because it's the Suit of Pentacles, it has to do with your work and your career. So there is major potential for growth in your job. There's potential for a change in your working life, in your physical environment, in the way you treat your body. So whether you allow yourself to express or not, or whether you treat yourself in a healthy way or not, you can change that and transform it. And this little flower looks very vulnerable, doesn't it? But it looks green and flexible, and it's got like this halo around it. So every journey is such, and I don't know who said this, it's certainly not me, but every journey starts with the first step. And that's what you can do in all of these earthy areas. Now, these two, again, I feel that you may face some opposition when it comes to doing this kind of stuff and trying to implement your hopes and dreams. But because both of these cards are so extreme, I feel that you can actually, and I want to put this kind of delicately, you can win people over as such by not trying to win them over. By being kind of diligent in what you're focused on and what you're trying to do, not getting involved in any arguments or drama or escalating a situation, but just doing what you can in the moment. I feel that the angry people of the day as such, or the people who are lashing out, they'll look at someone who's just getting on with it, respect that, and possibly even back off. And so what I'm getting is that if you're working at changing your job, okay, and you're talking to the boss and he's in a horrible mood on this day and just total a nightmare, you're like, oh God, I should have, you know, maybe broached the subject in a week or something. Then I don't think that is one, it's not the best idea to approach someone out of context today. With this card, I think it's just being diligent and letting other people become aware of what you're doing, and that you're product oriented as such. You're interested in doing a good job or being valuable and useful instead of what other people think of you, or trying to position for status or, you know, politics or anything like that. So that's weird, because I don't really like that very much. Like, you know, if you're in a job and you're being paid like minimum, and then people say, oh no, don't ask for a raise, just like sit at your desk and do unpaid overtime and just prove to the powers that be how amazing and valuable you are to the company. You know, I've heard that kind of message before, so that's not what I'm trying to say. But what I am trying to say is, don't take a no for the final answer. People are likely to change their minds today. And then 2, focus on, focus on avoiding anything that is like about a power struggle or trying to influence, or because I think it is somewhat explosive and rather grand, like it appears in the Knight of Wands. And this is what I was thinking earlier with the 7 of Swords. That mask comes off very quickly. Like, you can pluck that off. I mean, the giant nose isn't particularly helpful. If you're in a conflict with this person, you just flick the little nose thing and the identity is revealed. So you can see past things. You don't have to be reactive yourself. You can focus on being productive, and that's where the good stuff comes from. Number-wise, we've got 7 and 6 is 13, and 1 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, and 5 is freedom. Oh, so you can learn how to avoid this kind of needless, pointless conflict as a general rule. And also you can create real freedom in your work by understanding what it is that brings you joy, how you can turn that into something new. And it can really, that's a message that's come through a lot as well, that this is the time to kind of make changes to your working life if that's something you've thought of over the last few weeks or months or whatever. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.